oh, he looks pretty to eat, and comes after me. And then there I am, like a little girl running around, get off me, get off me, get off me. And I'm literally screaming this into my mic. And
I can confirm this. How's everyone doing today? I am Terezio from Tave Gaming.
And I am Shred.
And we are coming at you with a topic today, which you should be able to see right in front of us, which is, Shred, you so artfully put it,
I'll support you so that you can carry me.
Damn right.
Today we're talking about roles, ladies and gentlemen. That is roles in any game, tabletop, video game. We are talking about...
I've got a die right here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we going to roll? Roll it. What do we get?
3.
We got a 3. So there are exactly 3 types of roles out there. And I'm not talking about rolling a die. I'm talking about what your job is in your group.
Yes, there is. I think our first one is neither one of our favorites. Neither one of us really go for this. It's tanks.
Tanks. I mean, I've played a tank. You've played a tank.
I've played a tank begrudgingly.
Tanking's boring.
Oh, God. I gotta aggro the boss so that way everyone else can kill it.
Tanks are your punching bag. Tanks are the people in your group, whether it is tabletop, video game, whatever, who are designed to take more hits, so they usually have more health, who are designed to not take as much damage from things that would one-shot your little puny casters in the back. They are designed to keep the boss focused on them. They are the big flamboyant, hey, look at me, hit me, hit me, hit me. So that way your people who do more damage can do said damage. And that way they're not focused on running away from the damage the boss puts out. The tank is there as your target. They paint a big red target on their foreheads and say, boss, shoot me here, shoot me here. So that is basically what a tank does. They are stronger, bigger, and more durable than your other roles.
Some can hit for a little bit more damage than others, but that's not their primary role. It's health. They've got to have the most health or the most armor on the battlefield to really survive anything.
Absolutely. You could call them a supportive type class, but they're more of they are their own role within a game. You either play a tank or you don't.
Yep. Do we want to go on to role number 2?
Sure. What's your second role?
Second role is my favorite role, and that's the DPS role. Your damage per second.
You could call them damages. You could call them damage dealers. But DPS is the commonly accepted term for anybody whose primary job is to deal as much damage as they can, as quickly as they can, and continue to do that.
Yep. I think one of my favorite names for him is, as we have on our little board here, is carry.
That is a League of Legends term for somebody who carries the weight of the game on their shoulder. They are the ones who get the most kills. They are the ones whose performance determines whether or not the team wins. League of Legends is one of the only games, except for maybe like Paladins or Gigantic or any MOBA, where the carry is the determining factor in whether or not you win a fight.
Yeah, it really is. I know that there's 2 forms of DPS out there.
4.
2.
4.
2.
4.
2.
All right. What are your 2 forms?
My 2 forms is a direct damage or single target damage, and my other form is AoE damage.
Now, I would agree that those are both types of DPS, but my other way of looking at DPS is whether or not you do it up close and personal, as in a melee DPS, or whether or not you do it from far away, or a ranged DPS. So when I say there's 4 roles, there is either ranged single target, ranged AoE, melee single target, or melee AoE. Regardless, it is a combination of what Terry is saying and what I am saying, is that you're either doing damage to a group of people really quickly, or you're doing damage to one particular person very, very quickly.
Yeah. I love doing damage. I'm always a DPSer.
I mean,
Nightblades for the win.
Nightblades is ESO. I have played DPS roles before, and I mean, they're fun. They can be. I find them boring. And I was a big World of Warcraft player, so a lot of my experience with these roles comes in from World of Warcraft. And in World of Warcraft, no matter what your role is, you are doing a set rotation of abilities. And so with DPS, it is you are hitting the same 4 buttons over and over and over again. It is, for me, it's very boring and very lackluster in entertainment and thought process. It's the same for tanking, though tanking can be a little bit more, oh shit, something happened, I need to change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, with DPS, you can't heal a boss to death, is the expression. You need your DPS to win.
Yep.
Your tank can do some DPS, but you're going to only kill the boss in a proper amount of time with good DPS. Regardless, that follows up into our third type of role, and my personal favorite. I am is support. I'm a support main in everything I do. There are 3 different types of support, and my favorite's the healer.
I love the shielder.
Shielder's pretty fun, and then there's finally the buffer or debuffer. We've kind of lumped those together. So what your healer does is very simple. I heal through damage. If you get damaged for 100, I want to heal you for 100. If you get damaged for 50, I want to heal you for 50. My job is to heal through the damage you have already received. It's called throughput healing. It is just about making sure you stay alive even though you're getting hit.
Now, I know you know the technical terms for, at least for World of Warcraft, shielding. I know that was one of your big mains, is shielding through damage. So
yeah, that's they call it in World of Warcraft damage mitigation. Basically, I played what they call Disc Priest, where my main spells would put shields on people. It counted as healing in the game's logic, but what it does is I put a shield for 200 on you, and you get hit for 200. As opposed to taking 200 points of damage, you just lose the shield. And then I keep reapplying that shield to you. So it's mitigating, it's stopping the damage that's going to happen from happening. I enjoyed that role a lot because it is more proactive. I need to know in advance when the boss is going to hit, how much the boss is going to hit for, and whether or not my idiot DPS are in the right spot.
Yeah, it's a lot more homework for your shielding protectors to be your mitigation to really put in their job. Is they got to know how much damage each blow does from the boss. If they're doing a special cleave move that looks similar but is not the exact same as their normal attack, and a lot of homework.
Yes, and then the final one is buffing or debuffing. That one's, again, pretty self-explanatory. If you play any games, for the most part, you know what we're talking about. We are a gaming channel. We talk about video games or board games or tabletop. So a buff is something that increases the attributes or abilities of your teammates, and a debuff is something that decreases the attributes or abilities of the enemy. So, your buffer, your debuffer is there to, at the right time, give your group more attack speed so they can attack faster and get more damage down. Is there to increase the armor of your tank. Is there to cause the boss to do less damage for a couple seconds, which therefore means your healers don't have to run around like chickens with their head cut off. So supports are a culmination of all 3 of those, and all 3 of those are usually present in a single supportive character.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but there's usually some form of tie between each one of those categories of roles, because I know that a lot of DPS roles have debuffs on the bosses and all that. So I mean, there's always that sort of crossover, but we're talking specifically like their role is to only buff and debuff, maybe a tad bit of healing or shielding mitigation.
Yeah. So there's your basic convoluted definitions of all 3 roles.
So everyone, again, I'm Terezio from Tave Gaming, alongside with
Shred, also from Tave Gaming, I think. I don't know. Am I welcomed back?
I guess so. We'll take in the stray pup.
Yay!
So we will see you next time. Again, don't forget, comment down below with any suggestions for next topics. All right, we're out of here. Have a great night. Enjoy, and stay tuned for further episodes.
Next time on Tave Gaming.
See y'all later.